afternoon, sixth graders. I've got your handouts here with me. And I thought we could go over some of it just to be sure you understood what was going on. And then if you have questions after that, feel free to email me and we'll try to get them answered for you. Okay. Write the phrase as an expression. So remember, this is where you're turning English into math language. You've got to be an interpreter. So 6 more than 4. We're obviously going to have a 6 and we're going to have a 4. Okay, what's more than mean? Well, I'm hoping that you said plus. Well, more than 4 means that 4 is going to go first because then we have to have something more than that. 4 plus 6. Okay, 3 times a number x. So times means to multiply, I think. So you could write 3 times a number x, but remember we're trying to be very efficient, and that's not very efficient, nor is 3 parentheses x, though they are equal to each other. Okay, absolutely equivalent. The easiest way and the most correct way is to just write 3x. Remember, a number next to a letter implies multiplication. Okay, so those ones look pretty simple. Describe and correct the error in writing the phrase as an expression. So the phrase is 12 less than a number x. And then they've written 12 minus x. Well, what's wrong? I mean, it looks pretty good. But if you go back up here to what we did with number 1, it's very similar. So yes, we're going to have a number 12 and we're going to have a number x. But less than means that we have to have 12 less than the x. So we have to start out with the x and then we have to have 12 less than that. It'd be like saying you have 12 less dollars than me. Well, wouldn't you want my amount minus the $12? Do you see what I'm saying? Money always helps. So write 2 phrases for the expressions. I think you're going to be okay at that. I'll do a couple with you. So I'm going to write 8 more than x. Well, what's another way that you could use that thing? I'm guessing most of you are saying x plus 8, which would also be correct. I'm going to say the the sum of x and 8. The sum of x and 8. See what I'm saying? So you can get a little creative. You don't have to just do the easy thing that we say, like 20 minus n. Try to get a little more inventive. Okay, write the phrase and expression, then evaluate. Awesome. Okay. So let's do this one. 15 decreased by, which means you're going to start out with 15 and then you're going to take something away because it's decreased by whatever comes next. 15 decreased by the product of a number x and 4. So what does this expression sound like? The product of 8 and a number p, or do we do another one like that? Not yet. Product of a number x and 4 means those things are going to be multiplied together, and this whole ordeal is going to be taken away from the 15 because the 15 is decreased by all that. So there's what that will look like. Okay. Then it says evaluate. This is where, I'll just write it up here in the name since we don't have to have my name on it. And you know you want to say it aloud with me. Substitute the value of the variable. Substitute the value of the variable. So x, it says here, is worth 2. So we'll have 15 minus 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 15 minus 8 is 7. So there's our two answers. Simple. I think you'll get it. I think you'll be good at it. Next page should say, write me at least one way that you used math this week. I know it's early in the week. I'm recording this on Monday, so I don't expect that you've used math. But you can find something. Find me some way you use math. And remember, math isn't just like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. You could find a pattern. You could find the surface area of something. You could be looking at a circle and trying to figure out how far across it is. All these kinds of things, okay? Be inventive. Okay, and then your next two, if there's a big X through it, don't do it. Makes sense? Okay, very similar. N divided by 8. You could do this, or that way. I think you'll be fine with that. Write a phrase in words. I don't think we need to go over that. Okay, so Sarah and Noah work at Read On Bookstore and get paid the same hourly wage. The table shows their work schedule for last week. So Sarah worked 5 hours on Monday, 3 hours on Tuesday, and Noah worked 8 hours on Wednesday. Write an expression that represents Sarah's total pay last week. Represent her hourly wage with W. So this I thought you might have some troubles with, okay? How much does Sarah work? Well, don't you think we'd have to add those up? And when they want an expression, don't add them up yet. Just write it out like what you would do, right? Like 5 plus 3, because that's representative of what we're doing. And how much did she get paid means that we have to times the hours that she worked by the rate that she gets paid, which is W, because we don't really know how many dollars that is. We're just representing it with a W. Done. I'll let you do 31 on your own. Are the expressions equivalent? Well, remember that equivalent means equal. Okay? And if they mean equal, then the two expressions that you wrote should be equal to each other. If it says use models to justify, well, here's what I would do. There's the W for Sarah. And Noah has a wage also, right? And he worked 8 hours, whereas she worked 5 plus 3. That's how I would use a model. Here's how you do it mathematically. You'd put both the expressions equal to each other. And my first expression was 5 plus 3, W. Or you could have written 5W plus 3W. That would have been okay also. And then the expression that you have here for Noah would go on the other side. Good? A lot of wordy problems for you guys. Let's talk about some violinists. There are 15 violinists in the orchestra this year. Next year, 2 violinists will leave and some new violinists will join. If V is the number of violinists who will join the orchestra, write an expression to represent the number of violinists in the orchestra next year. Holy moly, that's a lot of words. So let's just decipher this one sentence at a time. There are 15 violinists in the orchestra this year. Thought Memphis wanted to go outside. Turns out she doesn't. Okay, next year, 2 violinists will leave. So if you had 15, and 2 went away, and some new violinists will join. Join is addition. And some are going to come along. If V is the number of violinists who will join, we added the V. Write an expression to represent the number of violinists. Boom. Done. It sounded a lot more difficult than it was, didn't it? They usually do, but we can figure it out. Okay, so if you have questions, ask each other first. Call each other, keep your social distancing. Don't be talking face-to-face real close up. And if you can't answer for each other, send me an email. Or even better, record me a little video or something so that I can kind of hear what you're saying. And that might be easier. You send that in an email. Okay? Thanks, guys. Sorry this is from a distance. But, we just make the best of it. And I know you guys are going to do great with whatever I try to give you. Which reminds me, I'm going to try some new things this week and next week. And I need you guys to help me out. So in your science classroom, I've posted a link for Tuesday morning at 10 for a Zoom meeting. So a Zoom meeting means that you just go to a link, and which I will post tomorrow. And then if you enable the audio and video of your computer, your phone, your Chromebook, your tablet, whatever, if you're on a device like a tablet or a phone, you're going to have to download an app. It's called Zoom. It'll prompt you to do that. And that way we can kind of talk to each other face-to-face without being face-to-face, but sort of face-to-face. So we're going to try it out and hope that all of our upload speeds are stellar. Mine's not stellar, but I'm hopeful that at 10 a.m. things will be better than that. Okay? Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.